What if everything you've been told about weight loss, slimming methods, and fat burning was only half the truth, and the real transformation your body is capable of has been hiding behind one simple act: not eating for a few hours? Sounds extreme, maybe even a little controversial, but stick with me. Because what happens inside your body at 12 hours, 24 hours, and 48 hours of intermittent fasting isn't just about trying to lose weight fast or eliminate abdominal fat. It's about discovering biological switches, survival mechanisms, and metabolic upgrades that the fitness industry rarely talks about, and that could finally help you boost metabolism and break the cycle that keeps most people stuck. In the next few minutes, you'll see why so many people fail to lose belly fat, even while eating healthy, why some feel their energy crash instead of rise, and why your body might be capable of far more than modern diets ever allowed you to believe. This video isn't just another list of weight loss tips. It's a deep dive into what your cells, hormones, and brain actually do when you stop feeding them every few hours. If you've ever felt frustrated, overwhelmed, or confused by conflicting advice about healthy meal plans, mental health resources, or fitness routines that promise everything and deliver nothing, you're about to understand why. So if you want a clear, science-based path that can help you lose weight healthily, reshape your metabolism, and finally see change where nothing else worked, stay with me. Because once you understand what really happens inside your body at each stage of fasting, you'll never look at food or at your own potential the same way again. And trust me, the 48-hour mark will surprise you more than anything you've heard in the health world. When most people hear the phrase intermittent fasting, they imagine hunger, weakness, or some extreme method to lose weight fast. But the truth is far more intriguing. The first 12 hours of not eating trigger a sequence of events so precise, so biologically intelligent, that calling it a slimming strategy barely scratches the surface. This is the moment when your body stops operating on autopilot and begins shifting into a completely different metabolic state, one that has everything to do with survival, fat-burning efficiency, and long-term health. And whether your goal is weight loss, eliminating abdominal fat, boosting metabolism, or simply feeling mentally sharper, this first stage reveals why so many modern health obstacles come from eating too often, not from eating too little. Imagine finishing your last meal of the day, still unaware that a biological countdown has just started. As the hours pass, the sugar from your meal is gradually processed, your bloodstream stabilizes, and hormones begin withdrawing from their daytime routines. The interesting part is that nothing about this feels dramatic. You might be watching a show, scrolling through your phone, or preparing to sleep, believing your body is resting. But beneath that false sense of calm, your system is preparing to switch energy sources in a way that directly affects weight loss tips, healthy meal plans, and your ability to sustain long-term slimming results without extremes. This is where your metabolism begins its silent recalibration. And although you can't feel it yet, this moment is the foundation for everything that happens at 24 and 48 hours. Some hours later, while you're sleeping, your body enters a more strategic mode. This is when your system begins tapping into stored glycogen, slowly but steadily transitioning away from constant sugar dependency. And this is where most people unintentionally sabotage their fitness goals. Because when you snack late at night or eat again too early in the morning, your body never experiences this shift. It never learns how to access stored fat. It never practices fat burning as its primary fuel. It remains trapped in a cycle that destroys your energy, keeps you hungry, and makes weight loss feel impossible, no matter how many weight loss tips you try or how clean your healthy meal plans are. The decrease in insulin during this window is one of the most underrated advantages of intermittent fasting. Lower insulin means your fat-storing switch turns off and your fat-burning switch finally turns on. Most people think the key to eliminating abdominal fat is eating less, exercising more, or finding some magical food. But the real secret is hormonal, not caloric. When insulin drops, your body becomes willing to let go of the fat it's been holding tightly, often for years. This is one reason people doing intermittent fasting often experience rapid slimming effects without feeling deprived or obsessively counting calories. It's not about suffering, it's about aligning your biology with what it already knows how to do. By the 10th hour of fasting, the first wave of hunger might appear, but this is not a sign of weakness. It's simply your brain reacting to habit, not necessity. And this is why mental health resources and mindset tools are so important in any weight loss journey. You need psychological clarity to overcome patterns that don't match your goals. The good news is that this hunger usually fades quickly because the body begins realizing it has plenty of stored energy. It just needs permission to access it. This is also why people who stay consistent with fasting report improved discipline, fewer cravings, and better emotional control. Managing hunger becomes easier because your physiology and psychology stop fighting each other. Around the 12th hour, something remarkable happens. Your body begins preparing to produce ketones, tiny energy molecules created from your own fat stores. You might not know it yet, but this is the moment your system transitions from simply not eating to actively burning fat with purpose. This shift matters not only for weight loss, but also for brain performance, mental clarity, and emotional stability. Ketones are one of the cleanest fuels the human body can use, and they often lead to sharper thinking, increased focus, and improved mood. Fitness experts talk a lot about the power of glucose for workouts, but ketones serve a different role. They bring endurance, mental precision, and smoother energy without highs and crashes. As the switch toward fat burning becomes more pronounced, your metabolism starts rerouting pathways that have been dormant for years. Many people don't realize that their bodies have become dependent on constant food supply, not because they need it, but because they've never allowed their systems to operate differently. The modern habit of eating every 2 or 3 hours creates a metabolic environment that makes sustained weight loss nearly impossible. But once your body begins shifting towards stored energy, it not only starts using fat, it becomes more efficient at preserving muscle, a crucial benefit for anyone wanting to lose weight healthily without destroying strength or vitality. Meanwhile, your digestive system is getting a break for the first time in a long while. Most people underestimate how much energy digestion requires and how constant eating strains the gut. By pausing food intake, your body can redirect resources toward internal repair, detoxification, hormonal balance, and inflammation control, 4 factors that dramatically influence weight loss, slimming results, fitness performance, and your ability to eliminate abdominal fat long-term. This internal rest also sets the stage for what happens at 24 hours, when deeper metabolic and cellular changes begin activating. By now, you might notice that what truly drives effective fat burning isn't suffering, starvation, or extreme dieting, it's alignment. It's giving your body enough time and space to reset. When you follow healthy meal plans but never allow enough fasting time, your metabolism stays sluggish, your hormones stay unbalanced, and your weight loss efforts feel harder than they should. But when you allow these first 12 hours to unfold, you trigger a biological sequence that helps you lose weight healthily, stabilize appetite, improve mood, and prepare your body for the more intense transformations coming in the next stages. Even at this early point of fasting, many people describe a surprising sense of calm or lightness. This isn't placebo, it's physiology. Hormonal fluctuations, reduced digestive workload, and early ketone production create a more stable emotional state, which is crucial not only for weight loss, but also for mental health. Stress eating decreases, cravings soften, and emotional regulation improves. And this is where intermittent fasting becomes more than a weight loss technique. It becomes a tool for psychological resilience, grounding, and control. The brain thrives on stability, and fasting creates exactly that environment. As the 12-hour mark passes, your body is no longer functioning the way it did during a typical eating cycle. You've triggered the foundation for metabolic flexibility, improved fat burning, better hormonal balance, and the early stages of cellular repair. And this is only the beginning. And this is where everything starts to shift in ways most never imagine. You've heard countless weight loss tips online, but here's where things get real. The moment you hit the 12-hour mark, your body stops acting like a storage machine and starts behaving like a cleansing, fat-burning engine designed to protect your long-term health. This transition is often misunderstood, which is why so many people get stuck, frustrated, and confused, wondering why they can't lose weight fast or eliminate abdominal fat, even while trying every possible healthy meal plan. The truth is that the body has a rhythm, and fasting simply allows that rhythm to take the lead again. And as this process unfolds, not only does it boost metabolism, it also impacts your mental clarity, emotional balance, and overall fitness journey in ways that go far beyond slimming or aesthetic results. As you move deeper into the 12 to 24-hour window, something fascinating happens. Your body starts unlocking fuel sources that were completely inaccessible during your normal eating pattern. Instead of relying on constant glucose spikes that leave you tired, irritable, and dependent on snacks, your system begins pulling energy from stored fat. This shift is incredibly powerful for anyone seeking weight loss or trying to lose belly fat, because it finally activates the mechanisms that most diets never touch. But the interesting part is that this process doesn't happen aggressively or painfully. It happens quietly, almost elegantly, as if your body had been waiting for this moment for years. For many people, this is the first time they actually feel what true, stable energy feels like, the kind that comes with emotional calmness, sharper focus, and improved mental health resources that don't come from supplements or stimulants. You begin to notice that your hunger signals soften, your cravings diminish, and the constant mental chatter around food becomes less dominant, giving you control instead of the other way around. By the time you approach the 20-hour point, most people expect exhaustion, but the opposite often occurs. Your body taps into ketones, and these molecules are incredibly efficient at fueling the brain. People often describe feeling clearer, lighter, and surprisingly productive, a natural sense of drive that contributes just as much to weight loss as the metabolic effects themselves. When your mind feels stronger, your discipline increases, your decision-making improves, and suddenly you're not battling yourself every time you think about eating. This is the emotional advantage of fasting that almost no one talks about, but it's one of the biggest reasons people finally manage to lose weight healthily. And for those seeking to eliminate abdominal fat, this is the exact moment when the fat-burning cycle intensifies, especially around the midsection, because your hormonal environment becomes optimized for slimming rather than storing. Cortisol becomes more stable, insulin sensitivity improves, and your body becomes more responsive to every fitness habit you build, whether it's walking, strength training, or simply moving more during the day. But let's be honest, most people never get to experience these benefits because they're trapped in old beliefs that say fasting slows your metabolism, weakens your muscles, or destroys your energy levels. In reality, the body is designed for these cycles. Throughout history, humans thrived because they could go long periods without food, tapping into stored energy seamlessly. What feels new today is actually the most natural mechanism we have for survival, resilience, and weight control. The problem is that modern eating patterns have conditioned people to believe that constant eating equals health, when in fact the opposite often happens. Overeating slows progress, overwhelms the digestive system, and prevents the metabolic reset that is essential for long-term weight loss success. Fasting gives your body the break it desperately needs, a break that allows your metabolism to repair, your hormones to balance, and your mind to reconnect with a more natural, grounded sense of hunger and satisfaction. As the internal processes intensify, your body begins to recycle damaged cells and repair tissues in ways that directly support your weight loss journey. Inflammation decreases, which is crucial for anyone trying to lose belly fat or improve overall fitness. Many people don't realize that inflammation itself can block fat burning, making it harder to slim down no matter how disciplined you are with dieting. Fasting disrupts this pattern by lowering inflammatory markers and improving cellular communication. This contributes to that lighter feeling people describe, not just physically, but mentally as well. You begin to experience a sense of emotional ease that reduces stress-driven eating, which is one of the biggest obstacles for those wanting to lose weight fast. And because this phase enhances insulin regulation, your blood sugar becomes more stable, preventing the crashes that usually trigger overeating or binge-type behaviors. Another powerful change happening during this period is hormonal recalibration. Your growth hormone levels rise significantly, supporting muscle maintenance and fat burning simultaneously. This directly improves metabolism and accelerates slimming results, especially when combined with simple fitness routines. People underestimate how much hormones influence their ability to lose weight healthily, but during fasting, your hormones start working with you instead of against you. The 12 to 24-hour window triggers a cascade of internal adjustments that set you up for faster progress, better appetite control, and a healthier relationship with food. This is why many people find it easier to stick to healthy meal plans after incorporating fasting into their routine. Your cravings diminish naturally, without relying on willpower alone. Another surprising benefit during this stage is the emotional reset. Fasting often brings a sense of clarity that makes it easier to identify unhealthy patterns and replace them with more intentional habits. This contributes to better decision-making, not just around food, but around lifestyle choices that support long-term weight loss and overall well-being. People often underestimate the psychological effects of fasting, but mental clarity and emotional balance are essential parts of weight loss and transforming body composition. When your mind becomes clearer, your goals become easier to achieve because you're no longer operating from a place of stress, overwhelm, or frustration. By the end of this 12 to 24-hour window, your body is primed for deeper fat burning, stronger metabolic efficiency, and more stable energy levels, a combination that accelerates slimming results without the anxiety or restrictions that destroy motivation. And as you step closer to the 24-hour mark, you'll notice you're not just relying on discipline. The process begins to feel almost effortless. This stage lays the foundation for the powerful transformations that happen at 24 and 48 hours, making the journey not only effective but surprisingly empowering. There's a natural solution to speed up your metabolism, control cravings, and support your weight loss journey naturally and effectively. Click the link in the first pinned comment to start transforming your body. If you want to truly transform your body and learn how to lose belly fat healthily, don't stop here. In the next video, I'll share practical strategies and little-known secrets to boost your metabolism and keep the weight off for good. Click now and discover how to take your weight loss to the next level